All right. So welcome, welcome. Come on in. I still have some people joining in. I'm going to give it just another minute. And then I will do the presentation. Like I said, trying to keep it short and sweet, but also powerful and giving you information, teaching a little bit about me. But also we're going to do some work around identifying the problem, reflecting on what we see in our family, and then but what we're seeing ourselves and how we're like repeating that and living that out, because I've done plenty of that in my life, and I'm going to share a little bit about that too. But then we're also going to dig in a little bit deeper, see if we can change your story, see if we can do a little more. So thank you all for being here. I'm super excited. I'm ready to just ignite this fire within you, remind you of all of the awesomeness and the light and the fire you have within. If you're, you know, around the Midwest, it's winter right now. Whew. I know winter, I used to hate it, and it brings me down, and I know it's intense. And I also know that we all need that time of reset, of hibernation, of slowing down. So I just want to say, it's okay if you're taking some time to rest. We're going to go ahead and dig in and get deep and make sure that we all know the importance of the healing, getting some clarity around the patterns and why, like what are the unmet needs. So there is going to be a lot to this. So, all right, I am going to share with you here pretty soon my screen. Is it working? All right, beautiful. Okay, my friends, bear with me. We'll get this party started. Okay. All right. If this is what you're looking for and hope where you're hoping to be, you're in the right place. So I am here to share a little bit more. We still have some friends coming in, so I'm going to try to multitask. I will do my very best. So take a moment, take a breath, arrive in this space. We are here. We are doing it. You made it to Women Igniting Their Wildfire Masterclass. Wildfire women and women igniting their wildfire are something that I lead, that I share about. I am Chelsey Wildfire, and that is my medicine name. I wish I was lucky to have that, but that is a name that Spirit gave to me because that is what I'm here to share with others. So this masterclass, we're going to stop with the bullshit. We're going to stop blaming, pointing fingers, talking about all the other people. We're going to own up to our stuff, but light up the fire that might just be an ember right now. It might be a small little piece that needs some breath into it. I need some of my fire. Like I have enough to share and inspire you and uplift you, and hope that it inspires you to create some changes and do something different, but also to remind you of your divinity, of your magic. You guys are your own healers. Yes, I know things. I don't know everything, but I'm here to uplift and share and just like let you guys know of all the magic that you have. And we're going to do something different by connecting to our strength and our intuition, and being the ones to finally unravel these soul ties, break these generational cycles, and stand up to be the change we want to see in our family, in this world. We all know we need it right now. So if you're feeling good, if you're feeling excited, please drop emojis, drop a fire in the chat. I want to hear from you guys. Like, are you feeling the fire from me already? I want to remind you that you are in the right place. If you're sick of feeling stuck in the same repeating patterns, if you've seen reflections of your childhood in your current life, I know for me personally, I've seen so many, like my last relationship, I've seen all of my mom's relationships play out. Like I had to learn all these damn lessons. Like it was a karmic relationship, and oof. And if you're here, you know, you've been seeing how like I've been fully loved, being supported, all the things right now. So you're in the right place if you're ready to make some lasting changes and be the cycle breaker. Like, are you guys the ones that want to really do something different and be the person in your family that chooses not to numb by drugs and alcohol, or chooses to learn what safe, healthy love is, or chooses to rewrite your money story, who chooses to be able to do something different around making money, receiving money? I know that's also another story I had to work on too. All right, I see some of you guys lighting up the chat. Yes, I'm ready for some fire, some sisterhood. I always do bring the wildfire. Thank you so much. I love all the love here. All right, so I want to be clear. This isn't easy work. And you guys know, if you've been around me, if you've worked with me, you know I go deep. I get real. I get vulnerable. I get in. I do the work. I'm not just like, here, let me point the finger and tell you what to do. Like, I've been in the trenches. I've been down on my hands and knees begging God, Source, Spirit, help me, please. I can't do this by myself. I've had coaches. I've done therapy. Like, I've done so many different things to help get to where I am today and be like, I have a little 2-year-old at home right now. Like, I have a crazy toddler bullying me, stressing me out, bringing out all of my like, you know, this fire isn't always good. So I'm learning the balance. I'm learning how to be the mom I want to be, because I've learned to break these cycles and not be what I learned. So I'm going to be real. I'm going to share a lot. I'm going to like, I hope you're okay with that. I'm going to swear. I'm going to be extra. This is who I am. You either love it or you don't. I assume that you signed up because you're interested. You like my vibe. So let's vibe together. All right. So I need you to do the same too, though. So when we go into this, I want you guys to get real, to look within. I'm going to drop you into a safe space. Like, you are at home. I'm in this room or this space with you, creating this container. And I want you to know that, like, it's possible to do this work where you're at right now. Okay. If anybody else has their audio on, please turn it off. I hear somebody. But I wanted to chat a little bit about me, myself. So I think in the spiritual community, there is a lot of this like light and love and rainbows and sunshine. And I think the last couple of years, we've been going through the depths of it. And as we're in this like Aquarius season and this up leveling and this shifting of 5D, that like the shadows, the darkness, the density is coming out, and a lot of people are being forced to look at their shadows, at their own toxic bullshit, and what they're recreating, what they're putting out into the world. And you know, there's a balance. Yes, I use light frequency and I do light healing, and I am about love and happiness. And I'm going to call myself on my bullshit. I'm going to hold my people accountable. I'm going to, you know, I've had to have hard conversations with my mom, you know, and my partners and the people around me, because it's not all easy. We have to do the shadow work. We have to go into the parts of us that we don't like. We have to look at where we are the ones responsible for the fighting or for projecting or putting things out there. So I want to share a little bit of my story with you guys. I know some of you that have been to these things before have heard some of my story. I grew up fast. My dad died when I was little. I had stepdad. My first one was super abusive and taught me what toxic love is. So my first male role model was a man who he was truck driver. So he like would leave for 2 weeks, come back for a week, go back and forth. And I was always so afraid of when he'd come back. I was so afraid of not cleaning or doing something right that he was going to be mad at me or yell at me or spank me or put me in the corner or do whatever if I didn't do something right. So I learned this toxic love, but he was also my first like dad. So I learned like no safety. I did not know safety until recently. And then like this unhealthy hot, cold love and that fear within love. And then, you know, the next relationship my mom got into, we lost everything. She married a new guy. We lost the house. We didn't have heat. Like the house got foreclosed on. She had to go bankrupt. Like, we didn't have shit. Literally, it all fell apart, and I learned never to depend on a man. So that's another story that I'm rewriting and learning in life right now. I learned with money that there's never enough. You overwork your body, you overwork yourself, and like always in pain, and it's never enough. You never have enough. So there's a lot of scarcity. And then thankfully, health stuff hasn't really been heavy in my family, so I'm glad that hasn't been a main thing. But like money, toxic love, those are like big core wounds. And then self-worth. I never felt good enough. I never felt worthy of love. I was sexually abused multiple times, and then I looked for love in all the wrong places and all the wrong ways, and I was very promiscuous, and I was also, you know, this woman with big boobs at a young age being called a slut and a whore, even though I'd never had sex, and like so much judging, so much bullying, and there's a lot of self-harm. Like I tried to end my life one night, and then I decided to self-harm one more time. And then it was like really deep. I still have the scar. It was so scary that it was like a reality check of like, okay, wait, maybe I do want to try. Maybe I need to like try again. And, you know, that was by age 13. I was like, I realized even other people telling me like, you don't deserve to live, you should die. And I like got in so many fights. I was on probation. Look, as a teenager, I was a troublemaker. I was on drug court. Like I was selling drugs. I was fighting people. I was doing all of the things. I was using drugs and alcohol because that's what I see my family and people around me doing to numb. And then I was looking for love through sex and all these things. That wasn't how you get love. And then I just kept repeating it. And then, you know, in my 20s, I started realizing like, oh, okay, something has to change. I can't do this. I can't keep doing this. Like, this isn't okay. And I started getting more into spirituality and going to retreats and doing my healing work. And I was like, I want to help people. I want to help people. Well, the thing is, you have to help yourself. If you guys are interested in helping other people, being healers, and like wanting to help your family, you have to start here. We can't make anybody else change. We can't tell them what to do. They aren't going to listen. We have to be doing the things so that they see it and ask the questions and decide to show up and do the work too. Okay, how many of you feel that? Like, let me see a heart if you resonate, if you get it. You know, I stayed in a relationship and had a child with somebody who love bombed me, showed me what I wanted, and then confused me and yelled and screamed at me and treated me like my first stepdad. Like the things that would happen, and I would just sit there in awe of like, this is the literal repeat of my childhood. You know, that chaos and the stuff. If you don't heal the stuff and love on your inner child, it's going to keep popping up. We're going to dig into that a little more. But okay, I also see a chat, but this is fun. There we go. All right, drop, feeling some hearts, some loves. All right, so you guys are feeling me. You honor it. You deserve better than that. Thank you. You know, and yeah, that PTSD and rewiring and healing, like it takes a lot of support, a lot of effort. We have to do so much. And like I've said, you know, this has been years. This has been multiple coaches, EMDR, different therapists, healing relationships, because relationships are a big mirror for our healing. Like it takes effort. And so I'm just here to say you guys aren't here to do it alone. So what I learned through all the years of doing this work and what I share and what I tell people, the pillars of my work, of Chelsey Wildfire, of my retreats, of my events, of my coaching, we have to have death to the old self. I have a good friend of mine, Christiana. She comes to my thing. She comes to my retreats. We went to a music festival together. We met in Thailand, best friends, right? And our joke is that she dies around me all the time. Like literally dies on the ground. I can't do this. And I'm like, you can. So just warning that there's going to be some death. There's going to be some relationships ending. I know somebody here knows that. There's going to be some big life changes where you're like, damn, what's not in alignment is finally falling apart. Goddess Kali is going to come in. She and I have had some time together. We work well together. I know her fire, and she's going to send it to you too if you're going to hold on to the shit that's holding you back. So be ready for that. And then once we clear some of that away, burn through that shit, we can open up to the little girl inside that just needs to be loved, that needs to be hugged and acknowledged and talked to and just shown that she is worthy of love. She's worthy of receiving. Like the inner child is going to ruin your life if you don't love her, acknowledge her, play with her, let her have a voice, let her be heard. She will run that shit. So if you've never done an inner child healing meditation or workshop or gone on a journey with them or wrote them a letter, please, that's one homework for you all right now. Write your younger self a letter. Write your young, and you can write multiple letters. It could be a 4-year-old, it could be a 10-year-old, you can be a teenager. Write yourself a letter and apologize to them. Tell them it's not their fault. Tell them how much you love them and that they are worthy of all of their dreams and that they are supported, that they are safe, that nothing that happened was their fault. Please, please write yourself a letter. I'm feeling that deep in my soul because I have done that plenty. And through all the rewiring, relearning, creating new habits, and this inner child, death to the old self, we have to have radical self-love. And radical self-love is accountability, discipline, all the words we hate. I know I hate discipline, but that's how we get our freedom, okay? So when we have our own increased confidence and like self-concept and understand our worth and have our boundaries, we stick to our boundaries, we hold ourselves accountable, we communicate from the heart and out of truth and love and understanding and wanting to heal, not out of projecting or blaming or wanting to fight. That's how we make real changes. That's how we start to show up for ourselves, for our family, for our people, our community, is doing this inner work. I want to hear from you guys. What do you think? Where are you at now, or what is something you feel like you need to do? Like, do you need to have death to the old self? Just you can write death, or you can do inner child or self-love. Like, what do you need most right now? Because I know a lot of people, when they come to work with me and we start doing the work, they get to the unknown. After we have the death to the old self, when we stop talking to the people that aren't really our real friends anymore, who are just drinking and partying, or who are just trying to play out, or like they see us as our old self and they only really believe in that and like push that, we realize we have to let go of those people. And then we're in this like, okay, I love myself, I have to choose to do better and find better people and attract in those better people. All right, the chat, let's see what's happening in the chat over here. All right, love it, all the love in here. Accountability is a tough one, but oh man, it's the most fun thing. It's some radical self-love, inner child healing, death to the old self for sure. The time, need to make the time. On a crazy train, there's never enough. And that's a story. That is a story right there, my dear. Never having enough time. What else are you choosing? What are you doing? If you close your eyes, everybody right now, close your eyes, because this is a story that runs with so many people. Take a breath. Think about what you do in the day. What you do for when you wake up, all the steps, the time throughout lunch, in the afternoon, thinking about all the different things you do throughout the day, the doom scrolling, the Netflix, the drinks or whatever, smoking, whatever it is, like what is sucking in your time? And is that stuff more valuable than you? I guarantee there's something in your week or in your day that you can take out to give yourself 5 minutes to 20 minutes to an hour because you are worthy of it. I used to have to write sticky notes and put it around my desk, my laptop, right next to my bed of, you are worthy of this time. You deserve to be taken care of. You deserve to be supported. And I had to do that for myself and believe and tell myself that, so that I actually showed up for myself. How do you expect other people to show up for you if you're not showing up for you? You have to, even if it's getting up, taking a drink of water. I have an annoying little toddler right now. I love her, but so my mornings, I try to wake up to an alarm quietly that she doesn't hear and wake up, because they just sixth sense that crap, and like have some time to stretch in bed, drink some water, cuddle my dog, try not to get on my phone. I know it's really hard. And gratitude in the morning, that simple of like, I'm so grateful for a new day, and like starting your day with gratitude, ending your day with gratitude. I go to the gym and I milk every 2 hours I can, if my child alive doesn't freak out at the daycare. So I can stretch, lift some weights, do some cardio, listen to some music. I'll get on and do my business, do my work. Like, we all have reasons we can't. So what's the reasons you can? And I love you. I hope you understand this is love. You know me. We work together. You know my intensity. So I know you feel this. Working on some self-work, attracting money. So opening to receive. That's something in my Reclaim the Fire and like the Break the Cycles program I will be sharing with you guys too, about attracting money. How do we feel safe and believe in money? How do we change our story with money? I actually have a YouTube video around money stories. If I'll add that to the follow-up email too. I'm gonna write that down. Add YouTube money video. So around receiving, I did it recently and then woke up and like made a lot of more money in my business. I was like, okay, let's do this. Okay, trying to catch up to more of your messages. All right. Inner child detached from the money outcomes. Yeah, no, that's a big no-no. The money outcomes. So there is like our angels and our guides and our ancestors and our people who are helping us receive, helping us make money, helping us do all the things. But we, in our human form, get stuck in the how and the outcomes and the time constraints, and we worry and we stress and we make it way worse than it is. I have a really good book I'm reading for that too, Katie. If you can reach out to me personally, I can send that book to you also. Not enough time. That's what you're telling yourself. Yeah, Chelsey, what else are you doing? You hanging out with your plants too much? I totally understand. So, accountability, I get it. Accountability, yeah. No, see, everybody else coming first. I understand. So where can you choose to make yourself come first, to be the one that is worthy of that time? Why? Everybody here. Why do other people deserve your time more than you? Why do other people deserve your love more than you? Why do other people deserve your money more than you? Why is everybody else worth it but not you? I want you to feel that in your heart and soul. Why is everything and everybody else worth it but not you? I know that's intense. I feel it. I feel it deeply with you. And I say it in love because sometimes you got to hear that shit. All right. I love you guys. Thanks for still being here. Some people have dropped out and I understand why. I'm intense. But look at this. Okay, if y'all know me, okay, let me move my face because this is my wonderful friend that I absolutely adore this photo of you and I know you're here. So, if you don't already feel me to the heart and soul right now, this is what I do. This is who I am. I can't fake this shit. I'm in the freaking dirt, in the mud with my women, getting down into our ancestral womb, healing deep in the earth. Like, that's my friend, the one on the ground, dying. She was fine afterwards. We had to walk her to the car or back to the retreat space, but she was fine. But it was a very intense moment. As you can see, you know, down at the bottom where I'm drumming, look at the emotions on her face and on my friend with getting the writing on her. Like, we have to let it go. We have to feel the feel. We have to cry it out. We have to shake it out. We have to dance it out. We have to stomp it out. We have to let that inner child throw the fit. Oh. My inner child, my little child deserts me. If you look over to this beautiful, wonderful, vibrant soul over here, you can see the light returning. This was after the mud cleansing and just like how light and beautiful she looks. It's one of my favorite photos ever. And then in ceremony, helping my people rest, relax, receive, going inward. Like, this is what I do. There's no faking that. That's what I do. This is who I'm here to share and uplift in the work I'm here to do. Yeah. Shaylin was different after that retreat and is she is shining though. I love it. Okay, my loves. Okay. So what is your dark law? The dark law is, what karmic wound do you have? What is a pattern that you see in your parents, your family, in yourself, in your kids? What is your karmic wound? So mine, I invite you to talk to your family, talk to your mom. I've also done like womb, into the womb of your mother ceremonies. So at my retreats or Reclaim the Fire, I do these, Reclaim the Fire is the group program I lead to that if you're interested in, please reach out. But I do this mother wound healing where we go into the womb of your mother and into the womb that she was in and her mother. And like, whoo, you'll be surprised how much information and just understanding and knowledge that you can get through different shamanic journeying or drumming or like meditations and dreams, stuff like that. And also, if you can, if it's safe and doable in your relationship with your family, ask them like, Mom, What was it like when I was in your belly? What was it like when your mom had you? What like, and your dad, like, ask them, what did they learn about money? What did they learn about love? Like, ask them the questions. So something my mom and her mother, so like generations back, fixing men. We've all fixed and tried to fix men. And I have spent plenty of years doing that. I'm not doing that anymore. But that is a karmic, annoying wound that I had to deal with and heal. And now I will no longer do that. It was annoying and hard, and I had to do a lot, but I did it. I'm doing great. So, do you know already what is your karmic wound? Like, what it could be mental, emotional, like self-worth, self-confidence, your self-concept is down there too. It could be like your mission or your purpose. Like, what is your reasoning to be here? It could be abandonment. I had huge abandonment wounds. My last partner was adopted and he had abandonment wounds too. I actually really attract people with abandonment wounds. So that's been an interesting thing, but I'm not helping fix people. Health. Is there a lot of health concerns? Is there a belief that you can never be healthy or you never be okay? Is it scarcity in money? Is it always like I told you my money story? There's never enough. There's never enough. Like I've consciously had to rework, and shift my belief into I always have enough money. What I spend comes to me times 10. Like use that. What I spend comes to me times 10. And like training time for money. Like I make money. I wake up and make money. I tell myself these things and really have to get to the core and in the embodiment and feeling it and trusting it and opening up to it. Like you can't just you can use the affirmations, but you can't just do those. You have to do other things too. It is a whole process. Yeah, did you say fixing men? Yeah, like trying to help them. And look, I'm not fixing anybody anymore. That was a wound. Yeah, fixing, helping, no, not doing that no more. They have to do their own work. If they'll meet me at their healing and do work together, cool. But so many relationships, I'm like, okay, well, I'm going here. You're staying there. We're done now. Literally most of our relationships. Okay. Boom. Powerful, wild self. I want to hear what you guys have learned so far. What are you feeling into? I want to hear anything in the chat you want to share before we move forward and do the drop-in part and meditation and go a little deeper. You know me, I'm always trying to go layers deep. So, yeah, going from telling your stuff and actually feeling it and bringing it in, the how. I know, and that takes so much effort and time, but it's possible. And so we can do that. And I want to do a little bit of that now. So wherever you guys are, I'm going to play some music. I want you to relax. Close your eyes, get somewhere comfortable. This is going to work. There we go. Okay. I want you guys to take a moment to fully relax, closing your eyes. Taking some deep breaths, breathing into your heart space and into your womb. Settling in. Dropping deeper into the safety that's available here. Letting the weight of your body really sink in, dig in, drop down. Deep breath. Breathing into your heart and your womb and asking yourself, what is your main problem right now? What is the main problem holding you back? Is there something in your heart and soul that you know you keep repeating? What are you sick and tired of doing? Is it eating too much sugar? Is it yelling at your partner? What do you keep repeating? And then what's the unmet need? What part of you is not feeling? Is it love? Is it attention? Is it compassion? What is the unmet need that you were looking for when you continue to do these patterns? And what is the new story? What do you want to do? What pattern do you want to break? And what would it look like? What would it look like? What is the new story that you want to rewrite? What action steps would this take? What is it that you truly need? Taking a couple more moments to breathe. And then taking some deep breaths, slowly coming back to this space and writing that in your journal. Of like, what is the problem you're facing? Do you know what the unmet need is? Maybe you don't, and that's okay. We can drop that in the chat of, I want to hear, what are some identifying problems? Well, what is something that you're repeating, that you're continuing to do? What is something that keeps coming up for you? All right, we got lots in the chat. Love this. Let's start at the top. The money stuff, but releasing the old self. Okay, I feel that on you. Lot of guilt and shame around the old self. Look, if I told you some of the things I used to do, I have dug into some of the shame and the guilt I have from my past. Like I said, I was hurt. I was trying to hurt people before they hurt me. I was being, my pimp hand is strong used to be something I used to say. I was toxic as hell, I'm not gonna lie. And I have a lot of shame and guilt. I did a lot of stupid stuff. And when I first did, I'm a feminine embodiment coach. That is a certification I have. And when I first dug into that, we were doing our certification and they said we had to go into shame. And I was like, I'm not shameful. I'm proud. I do what I want. I'm crazy, wild. That's who I am. Oh, hell no. I went into so much shame. So something you can do to dig into shame is shame. Doing an endless writing where you keep your pen on the paper for 10 minutes and just write about shame and like let it all out. That's a good way to just like get it out of your system. But then also, I like to do a return to forgiveness ceremony or return to innocence ceremony. Those are things that sometimes I do in my retreats or I do on my online programs, this Break the Cycle or the Reclaim the Fire, because we need to work on that. So I was here to say, I hear you, I feel you, I see you, and yes, that damn shame and guilt, we got to work through it to be able to move forward and to believe that we value and are worthy of receiving love, money, like all the things. So that is a huge piece for you to work through before you can move forward. trying to tell myself that people don't like the real me, stop being me from reaching out to them and being yourself. Yeah. So a lot of the women I work with come to me because they want to be their real self. They want to, sometimes they don't even know who their real self is. And they're like, Chelsey, I don't even know who I am. I don't know anything. And I'm like, okay, let's find out. Let's clear away the shit that you're not. Let's find your values. Find what you do like. Try all these new things and see who you are and just show up and believe in yourself. Trust in yourself so that it weeds out the people that aren't worth it, that it's not people who are of value in your life. They're not reciprocating your energy, because another thing in the break cycles is about evaluating your relationships of where are you giving too much or taking too much, like what relationships are even worth it to have. So when you're your true self, you can have those people around you that like who you really are. Oh, my old behavior was so embarrassing. Girl, me too. Ooh, I used to party and drink. I was in the bars at 19 doing stupid shit. I get it. Abandonment and self-esteem issues. I want to stop attracting emotional vampires. Yeah. You have to believe in yourself and your self-worth so that you stop giving it to other people. Literally, I can see, sense, and feel emotional vampires now. So I just like swerve. Like, I'm really good at the swerve. And I got other friends that have to teach that. So Stacey, we're gonna practice that. Because we need to, like, even just mentally, emotionally, energetically, spiritually learn how to see and feel it, and just, it's like you put up these shields, these blocks of like walls of protection, calling on the violet flame. All of you guys, the violet flame is something I use all the time, daily. Violet flame from Saint Germain, cleansing and clearing my space, transmuting negative energy. I put the violet flame around myself, around my car, around my child before she goes to her dad's and back. My workplace, like all the things to transmute negative energy, clear away the negative energy. That's really helpful. And the blue light, allowing in a blue light to wash over, of shielding and protection, being loved and supported and taken care of, like really practicing these tools so that they continue to work with ease, and you can just think it real quick and set it up. Moving past stuff that X has done, being able to get into dating again, doing it differently, because that's so many more boundaries and self-aware of what I want. Girl, you know my story. You know what the stuff with my ex, the things that I've gone through, the dating again. Like, I did a forgiveness workbook. Didn't get very far in it, but I tried. Still have it. But so forgiveness, and it's not saying forgiveness, what you did is okay. No. It's finding the acceptance of what they did was their own bullshit and their own pain and not my own. Like, hurt people. So it's a lot of the digging through, the clearing it away, loving your body, telling your body you didn't deserve that. I love you. Like, it's a process, but you're doing it. You are already doing the things and will continue to do it. And when you're ready for more one-to-one, I'm here. Guilt for the things I've done, addiction to things that aren't good for me, sugar, yeah. Buying things you don't, impulse. Oh, my freaking stepdad, my one good one now. We've had our thing. But he always said, you don't really need that about buying stuff. And I was like, if I asked myself if it's a need or a want, every time I wanted to buy something, I probably wouldn't buy very much. And he was like, yeah, that's the point. And I was like, leave me alone. So that is something that I'm trying to get better at. Do I want or need this? Is this a need? Like, how much satisfaction is it really going to give me? So I understand. And sugar and caffeine is what I got left. Okay, we can't be perfect. Balance. It's all about balance. Okay. Safety and security issues, to be worthy, feeling loved. Yeah. Eating cheesy popcorn. You're trouble. Yeah, not feeling alone, to be worthy of love. Sometimes we have to have that alone time to love ourselves through that, to believe in our worth and start rewiring some of that, and like get into the embodiment, into the soul, like heart and womb depth. Like, we got to go deep and we got to go out. Like, you have to do work in all those layers, or none of it is going to stick or stay within you. Does that make sense? You guys know me, so you know like how deep and how far, Okay, so I want to talk to you about the Break the Cycles course that I offer. This is something that everything we've talked about literally ties into this. So this is a 5-module foundations program to begin. So it has videos about inner child healing, death to the old self, receiving, abundance, pleasure. That's the last one, the best one. And then we do 2 wildfire activation calls a month. So you get 1-to-1 support doing a Zoom call, which I know some people are like, I don't like the internet. I don't like doing it over this. And I tell you, the power, the depth, like I set the space, I anchor you in. It's a coaching session where I drop you in, we close our eyes and we go into your body and I ask the questions and you work through and liberate the frozen tension and the pain within your body. So I'm doing the spiritual energetic work by just sitting here and connecting with you and helping you dig through and find your own answers. Like, I don't know everything. You are your own healer. You find your answers and your truth too. So it is a team thing. It's not just me shunning on you. It's like, hey, how can I hold you and foster a beautiful, safe space for us to actually work through this stuff, break down some of the layers, and feel good in your body to be able to make these changes. And then Telegram messaging, that 1-to-1 support is always extra. And then the 6-module course. So there's a mini course, a foundations, and then there's a full big course of doing the work so that even if you don't actually finish the whole program, which maybe one person has out of the hundreds of women that I've helped, it's fine. Online courses, I have online courses. I haven't finished either. But it's open where you can jump in and watch videos, do little worksheets, do meditations, do embodiment practices to help you anchor in, shift through, and move through the stuff that's coming up on your day-to-day basis. And when you can sit down and like go back and feel and process some of your past stuff too. So it's beautiful to have that ability to do all those things. So the juice of it all is this right here. So there's the pattern, recognizing like the beliefs and the patterns that you have and how to rewrite them. Learning, discovering like the ancestral, the karmic, and societal constructs, really changing that cycle, reclaiming, standing in your worth, building your confidence, loving yourself more, and then becoming no longer self-betraying yourself or self-abandonment to give somebody else love, but learning more boundaries and trusting in your boundaries and what you deserve and like communicating your wants and needs, and then amplifying that trust, having that authority to take control and make all those changes and be that empowered woman. And like once you do this work, then we can go into the receiving. So this last module that is around receiving, which is more about pleasure, opening up to allow more money in your life, more joy. Like how can you be playful and receive and open up to love and support? Like the amount of love, support, abundance. Like I paid off all my debt last year. I have a savings account. I have like money again. Like I feel safe again. I'm supported. Like all this stuff is stuff that I've worked through and continue to, and then share the tools and practices with you guys to show you like, hey, it's possible. You can do it too. But why? Why do all this work with me? Why to go through all of that? Because it's going to increase the self-worth. It's going to help you feel confident. We're going to stop the cycles of the money drama, of the not having enough, of, oh, I got all this money. Oh, now there's more bills. Like there's a whole lot to it. Real quick, if you guys want to write it down, I can look up that book that I'm listening to right now about the money stories. Love, money, money loves you. Love, money, money loves you. Good book. Back to benefits. Find and create the clarity needed to improve your life. Like you really have to have the steps and the how. And build that trust. Know how to listen to your body and not the mind, the fear, the anxiety, the out here and what society tells you, but come inward, be the lighthouse, anchor into yourself and know how you like can be that lighthouse through the storms when stuff gets wild. And feel safe in your body, rooted in your own truth, knowing that like what you know and feel is valid, that you're responding and not just reacting because you've healed some of the stuff that's making you react and be angry. And then like end those damn toxic relationships and hold your boundaries. Like hold true to what you want, magnetize it, be that magnetic feminine force that you are, to be able to receive and call it in and pull it in. It feels really good. We can just receive and get out of that masculine energy. Like, the society we live in, I get it. We have to be in a lot of that, but it's okay to receive. And we have to let go of the anger and resentment and use it to fuel the fire. So there has been times where I've had to use anger and resentment to be the fuel so that I can get shit done. So I can hold those fierce boundaries. So I can make the changes where I can do the things so that shit's not going to happen to me again, right? So that is good. Use that as your power. Anger shows you like where you care and where you need extra boundaries. How are we feeling? You guys still here? Are you still vibing? Do you understand? All right. So if this is something you're feeling interested in, are you feeling the calling of this fire just calling your name? Breaking the cycles doesn't happen overnight. I'd love to support you. I'd love to do this one-to-one work with you. So the total cost that I'm doing for this right now is a steal, only $444 a month. And this is a monthly membership price. That's why I'm doing it smaller and cheaper. So typically you buy the Break the Cycles program and get 2 calls with me for almost $2,000. And that's like a 3-month program. Then you have lifetime access to it. This I'm doing at a membership cost. So you can pay a lower price. We still do our 2 calls. And then after 3 or 4 months, you can get lifetime access. But after 2 months, if you're like, I can't do it, I'm over it, then you can cancel it. Typically, I mean, I've worked with people from anywhere from 3 to like 9 or 12 months, just like how far do you want to go? Like how much can you unravel it, and how much are you going to commit to doing the work at home? Because you do have to do the videos and do some embodiment practices. And when we do our coaching calls, those are the juice of it. So even if you just do like half of the program, but show up for our calls, that's going to make the changes. That is where you're going to find the specific practices for you and ways for you to find that healing. Some testimonials about people with working with me is like Chelsey's guidance and energy allowed for powerful release of blockages, feeling safe in her space, allowed me to pull cords from my throat chakra, allowing me to reunite with my voice, my light, and my true self-love. This reunion with myself allowed me to step into my own power in a way I haven't felt in so long, possibly in an entirely new way. I'm inspired by Chelsey. Her shamanism is on point. Her empowerment is true advocacy for women at all stages in our journey. Chelsey is a sacred, safe space. Being told a sacred, safe space just heals my heart, because I know many of us have not felt safe or sacred. Chelsey is life-changing, energizing, rejuvenating, and educational, and even fun. I bring some fun to it, okay? I don't want it to be boring. I want you to enjoy it. I think you can tell through this. And then she is amazing, powerful, and wise. I see her as a great teacher, and truly blessed to have her in my life. I'm blessed to have you guys. So, any questions, thoughts, comments before I end this soon? So, women igniting the wildfire. I'm reminding you that this is a place where we stop with the bullshit. We own up to your fire and find that divinity and magic within. I want you guys to unravel these soul ties and make changes. You are all those things. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, thank you guys. You're here, you're feeling it, you're feeling good. I do want to say, let's stay connected. I know a lot of you do already know me on here. If we haven't connected more, Women Igniting Their Wildfire Facebook group is a good place where I show up and share. And if you're in there, and invite some ladies too, I would love to spread the message and share the love. ChelseyWildfire.com. I also want to share my retreats this year. So I have 3 retreats this year. My winter retreat happened in a couple weeks, sold out, already sold out, totally booked out. I have my summer retreat the very last weekend of like July, first weekend of August. And then I have a shadow working retreat in October. So those retreats I only allow like 12-ish people. I keep it small, intimate, ceremonies, healing, massages, photo shoots, like laughter, joy. They're amazing, much needed. The other thing too is my Reclaim the Fire program. I don't remember if I added it or not. I did it. If you're more of a, hey, I want to do a group program and help lead and learn how to host women's circles and learn more about spiritual healing and all of that, the group program is also an option, and I'd love to share. So just message me or email me and just say, hey, I want to know more about Reclaim the Fire, and I'd love to show you. Otherwise, ChelseyWildfire.com will do that. Have lots of information on there. All right, my loves. Thank you for this online session. I'm hoping to make it to the shadow working retreat. Please do, Queen. Yes, 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 yes. Payment plans are possible. It's a thing. So I keep my prices as low as I can to cover the Airbnb, to cover food, you know, but like, we got to do it together. Okay. I love you all so much. I appreciate you. I love you. Thank you. You amaze me every time. I do my best. I do my best. I'm not perfect, but I'm learning and I'm growing and I'm trying and I'm here to do it for you guys, you know? All right. So we will end here. I want to just say one more time, I love you. Thank you. Thanks for all the love and comments back from you guys. You have been awesome. I am going to send this out and add in some cool things for you too. Before you all leave, I have this link right here. Boom, ChelseyWildfire.com courses. If you are interested, just copy and paste this, put this somewhere to hold on to it. Click it, check it out. This is the membership price, $444. You can sign up today, get the course, boom, do the work tonight, schedule your first coaching call tomorrow or the next week or two. You know, like, I'm for real about helping you guys. I offer this at a lower price than I ever do because I want you guys to get the support and the help. I know we are going through a lot. I know that it's heavy and it's intense out there. So you don't have to do it alone. The one-to-one healing sessions and the work is necessary. I'd love to support you. I'm coming from my heart and my soul and letting you know, like, hey, this is things I've done. This is what I want to support you through. Let me pull you through the bullshit and push you when you need to be pushed and help you own up to your beautiful power and strength. Drop the link on those earrings. I just got these today. I don't even know. I know you're up north. I went and got a massage today, and they were there, and it was some lady. She was selling it for her friend. I don't know. I'll try to get some information. All right. I love you all so much. I will connect with you. Save that link. Otherwise, I will send it in an email after this. Love you all so much. Have a wonderful evening. Okay. Much love.